the security situation in the country as a whole. But the minister actually talked about supporting NRC on the security architecture of the Idu-Abuja rail track. Remember, this is a project that has long been completed, commissioned, and operational. So this was a project for 2021, at least to improve the security apparatus for the patrolling of that route. And so the ministry had to procure these vehicles to support NRC and the Nigerian police working on that route to be able to effectively police that route. And we have locations where stations are and where we need the police, the security men, to be able to move from one location to the other. In addition to the fact that we're also looking at surveillance apps and fiber optic equipment too. But for the movement of the security staff, you need these vehicles. The vehicles are not meant to be plying along the track. It's just to aid what the security agents are doing. If there is an emergency call, they should be able to move from point A to point B. And it may not necessarily be along the rail track.
Joining us now for more on the challenges and projections of the Nigeria Railway Corporation for the year 2022 is the Managing Director, Mr. Fidelis Okiria. You're welcome to News Across Nigeria.
Good afternoon. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Indeed. Now, the Ministry of Transportation, as we saw earlier, has provided the corporation with surveillance equipment, including scanners. Now, give us a sense of how much of this equipment have been provided and how this will help stem the tide in the incessant attacks on the service of the NRC during its operations.
Mobility and logistics is the center of security. Yesterday, the ministry, through the PAMSEC, gave us 6 Hilux vehicles specially built for security use, and also 5 bomb detective scanner. And we tend to use that for the Abuja-Kaduna. What we're expecting is more than that, and that is the fall instrument. And people may wonder, how do you run the Hilux on the track? What we need to do is that at least when you have an alarm or you have people raising an alarm, you have to have the means of getting there quickly and as soon as possible. So we locate those Hilux at different locations and stations so that as we get alert or information, the security will have means of moving there quickly. And so that is what they have just done, and the help the government through the ministry had done for us.
Now,
there are 6 in numbers.
Now, the ministry official who gave a brief on that donation also talked about surveillance apps and fiber optics. What are that technology are you proposing to secure officials and the infrastructure of the NRC during its operations in 2022? And would you be kind to explain how the surveillance apps that she talked about will work?
So we are talking about digitalizing surveillance, so that through the satellite, we have some optical fiber cable by a recorder can be viewed either by audio or video, and we have the control center, and on receiving that, you will send the closest security to that point and probably arrest them. They are talking about introducing this call them now, to also aid us. But it's not, all these items we are talking about, it's not cheap. That's why we are appealing to Nigeria. Instead of us spending this money protecting our own infrastructure, could have been used for extending it to other areas. But the situation we find ourselves, we have to protect what we already have on ground. So the optical fiber, satellites, and other various technology will be deployed so that we have real-time monitoring.
So you're saying that they haven't been deployed yet? It hasn't been deployed yet?
No, they're still on the procurement stage. What we have now is the physical monitoring men going on the track using the rail buses, and probably we are trying to also introduce motorcycles. We locate them at the various stations so that people can be there at least when the train is not at that particular period. The person can go on motorbike to ensure and find out if there are bandits on the tracks.
Now, lack of some of these infrastructure informed the workers' strike that took place in November 2021, and some of the demands of your workers was that the service should install rolling stocks to keep the rail tracks warm, such that this can stem the tide in attack by vandals on the infrastructure. Has this been done?
It's not what you just do on. Before now, there's a procurement process going on. We are expecting 50 locomotives for standard gauge, and at the same time 50 locomotives on the narrow gauge, and over 200 various type of rolling stock on both narrow and the standard gauge. The procurement process is on, and as we tell people, the easiest way and safe to protect the track is to occupy the track. Make sure the track is not idle, make sure the locomotives are not idle, so that at no particular time, people will have that opportunity to descend on the track and start vandalizing what government has spent money to do. What we have done that to maximize the one we have increased Abuja-Kaduna from 8 to 10, and we hope by the end of February, we move to 12. We are not moving to 12 now because we have to improve on the communication, ensure that the entire length of the track, there should be communication so that we have what we call communication to appropriately arrange crossing, because it's a single track that we have between Abuja and Kaduna. So also we are trying to improve on the number of services we run in Abuja, in Lagos, Ibadan. We started with one return trip, but as we speak now, we have 6 Friday, Monday to Thursday, and 8 Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the target is by March, we should be running 16 trips on Lagos, Ibadan. And the Takbe worry, we want to as well increase it from the present 4 to 6. So that if the trains are on the track, at least. So
essentially, MD, you're saying that the rolling stocks that you have now are inadequate to cover the entire scope of operations of the service across the country.
Yes, because you have to be bringing in, it's not one-off thing. So if
all
you
right.
have a
so let's go.
System,
let me
be a plan program of bringing in more.
Okay, so let me just add this before we run out of time. The protesting workers at the time in November 2021 also demanded improved welfare. They say a graduate of engineering in the service earns as low as 60,000 naira. What is the service doing about improved welfare?
No, we are working on that, and the workers have been taken along. And if you call them now, they will know that we are making serious progress. It's another thing you don't just wake up and sign up, because there must be all the processes have to be. We have to go through those processes before they know they are looking. Every sign is looking for positive, and I think the workers should be kind enough to come back to you that there are signs that good things will happen soon.
Mr. Fidelis Okiria, Managing Director, Nigeria Railway Corporation, thank you very much for your time on News Across Nigeria.
Thank you. My name is Fidet Okiria, or Freeborn Okiria, not Fidelis.
Mr. Fidel Okiria, thank you very much.
Yeah.